Hi, I'm Abby, and I've been doing 70K steps a week since the start of this January. As I take you throughout my day today, we're going to be doing 20K steps, and I want to talk about how I've been feeling on this journey, any changes that have been made, etc. throughout the day. With that, it is currently 8:30 a.m. I have a goal to be outside by 9 a.m. to start my walking, so let's go ahead and get ready for the day. It is now 8:45 a.m. and I'm going to drink a glass of water before I go out. I am also going to get this laundry done really quickly. It is now 8:50 a.m. and we're gonna go ahead and start walking. The goal for this morning is 5K steps and I'm going to walk until 10 a.m. Before I start, I want to show you a couple of things though. It has just gotten so pretty here. We've gotten a lot of rain lately, so everything is just so beautiful and green and everything's growing. Let me show you. Got some new ferns, which are beautiful. And the garden is growing back, coming back to life. We've got some new mulch. It is kind of drizzling this morning, but a little rain never hurt anyone. What I want to do today actually to show you kind of part of the changes that have been made. On one of those early days in January, I will date it on here. I'm not sure which day it was. It was in that first week. I took a video of, how my body was looking, and now I want to do one today to see the comparison. I really don't know the actual changes with my body. I only hear what people tell me, like, oh, it looks like you've lost a bit of weight. But I haven't really compared any images or videos from when I first started this journey. So I'm going to do that today. I do know I've lost quite a bit of weight. I did get on the scale when I got back from my Norway trip that I recently went on. And I will say that I am almost down 20 pounds from my starting weight. So that is very cool. The main priority is not the scale, however. I feel like if I focus on that, it just kind of really stresses me out. I did that on my 75 hard journey last year and that was no fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and see this comparison really quick. I do remember I filmed a lot like this at the start of my journey, so I'm gonna do some face by face comparisons. Maybe things have changed, I don't know. My progress video that I took outside wasn't so good, so I went ahead and did it in here. And I just looked at the results and I think I can see some changes for sure. I can tell that I'm a little bit more toned up, but I really need to keep up with some arm workouts. That's one thing that I wasn't doing for a long time and just started doing this week. So we will do them again today. And although last year I thought my legs were very strong, they feel 10 times stronger this year. Let me go ahead and show you some progress photos. I also feel like my face is not nearly as bloated as it was at the beginning of this year. I think a lot of that has to do with I have cut out soda for the most part, besides, a treat every once in a while, but I just feel like it's not as puffy as it was previously. So let's start walking. Some of you may have noticed that I have not uploaded in around a month now. The reason why is I recently took my grandma on a trip to Norway. We were gone for around 3 weeks and we experienced places like Bergen, Oslo, Svalbard, and Tromsø. So I would like to show you some highlights from there as I walk. I'll be putting pictures up on the screen and showing things that we did in each place. So the trip was very, very good, but we were both pretty ready to get home by the end of it. We did a lot of traveling, and at first I thought my steps journey was going to be relatively easy because I was walking a lot at first, but as we started to have more and more travel days, that proved to be a little more difficult than I had anticipated. I still got my 70K in a week, however, but there were definitely days to where I didn't do as much as I had hoped to do. And when I got back home, I absolutely just crashed for like a week. That was last week. And so I'm actually going to show you my highest step count in a day ever and my lowest. Both were last week. So I'll put my lowest right here. You can definitely tell I was not feeling it last week. And then I'll put my highest. I ended up having to do this Saturday. Never, ever, ever again. Never again. My feet were so sore. I was so tired. It is now 10:13 a.m. and I am at 5,008 steps. At this point, I'm going to show you my health app so you can kind of have an update on how this steps journey has been looking for me. We'll start from the beginning, from January. I'm actually going to show you December so you can see where I started from. Keep in mind, however, that I was not wearing a watch during this time, but I know that I was doing very few steps nonetheless. So let me go ahead and show you. So here I am today. Here was December. You can see how few I had gotten. And here is January. This is when I started my steps journey. I did not miss a day during this month doing 10K steps. February was the same. I did not miss a day doing 10K steps. And then March is when I first had a day to where I did not do the 10K steps. I was sick on this day, so I was like, you know what? Somebody recommended that I do 70K steps a week, and I'm going to implement that. And that rest day was needed, and I was like, wow, this is pretty nice. So I did the same thing the following week. The following week I was traveling. And in April so far, you can see that I've had a lot of missed days. I was traveling up until around this point. Last week was when I got back home and I was just extra lazy. So there's that day to where I only did 1,500. And then that Saturday to where I almost did 32,000. And you can see so far this week, I have not done 10K in a day, so that's why today I am making it a goal to do 20K. But yeah, that is my year so far. I always think this is so cool to look back on. It really keeps me motivated. And now I'm going to make breakfast for myself. Breakfast is relatively simple this morning, just some eggs, cottage cheese, bacon, and fruit. It is now 10:40 and I am about to eat. Earlier I mentioned a little about my weight loss. I have officially made it under 190 pounds, which is really cool for me because it has been several years since I have been under that mark. And I know a lot of people are probably curious about diet changes and such, but I really haven't changed much at all. Besides a few other changes that I do try to be consistent with, like choosing water more over soda, choosing home-cooked meals more over going out and getting fast food meals. Things like that are what I've kept consistent since the beginning of this year. But besides that, I mean, I eat what I want when I want, so. Another kind of random change that I have made and progressed with are my nails. If you were here when I talked about my New Year's resolutions at the beginning of this year, you know that one of them was I wanted to quit biting my nails. And something has happened this past month. I've been so busy, I think, that I just haven't had the time to think about it. And they're growing, which is very cool because I have had that problem since, I can remember since I was very young. And I feel like I've overcome it. I don't want to say that too soon though, but I feel like I'm not gonna have that issue as much anymore. I hope not anyways. One thing about it though is my nails were very weak. They broke off very easily and I don't know, they just weren't great. So I got some nail strengthener, like clear polish stuff, and that seems to have helped them a lot. I did try and paint them. That ended up being a disaster. It was not good. Paint was everywhere and really it did not look as good as I imagined it would. I think I've about talked about all changes that have been made. It has been a really good year this year so far for me. I just feel so good in and out. And I feel really good about this year in general for myself. So anyways, I'm gonna finish up eating, I'm gonna clean up these dishes, go take a shower, and I will be back. Alrighty, so I do have a couple little small business updates. I wish I could show you what I'm working on right now, but I cannot. This is for my new monthly Minder Finder box, and it's a mystery, but I did want to kind of talk about it. I had a floss tube uploaded as my last video, and what a floss tube is, it's pretty much a video all about cross stitch, which if you did not know, my business is very central focused around cross stitch. and embroidery. Although I have introduced new products such as little tic-tac-toe boards and keychains as of recent. Anyways, I'm about to ship out these Minder Finder boxes soon. These are perfect, especially if you're like a beginner cross-stitcher, or if you're like me and you don't like super big projects or anything. Here are my little thank you cards. And on it includes everything that's going to be inside the box. So there's an exclusive needle minder that's never to be made again. A scissor fob, and what a scissor fob is it pretty much attaches to your scissors, making it easier to find them and keep them nearby. A 5-pack of 3D printed floss drops, something to put your thread on with little label inserts. A detailed small pattern made by me, and a themed sticker. And I really love this month's small pattern. The theme of this month is bloom and ribbit, so think frogs and flowers. I can no longer buy this box. It was for pre-order until the 18th of last month. I am about to, on the 1st of May, announce my next box and put that live on my site. You'll have until the 18th of May to buy June's box. I'll be announcing the theme of that box shortly on my business page, which you can find in the description down below. So that is what I've been working on lately. And then I did a poll on my business page's Instagram, pretty much asking which theme for my next collection people would like to see more, because I was stuck between two. So I was going between like strawberry garden and cottagecore kind of bakery themed. And what ended up winning was strawberry garden. My next collection for my business is going to be all about strawberries, and I feel like that's going to be very cute. I anticipate it will be launched probably end of May. But yeah, that is all the news I've got for my small business currently. On my next vlog that I do, I will show you what ended up being in this month's Minder Finder box. Very exciting. I think everything really goes well with each other and it looks really cute, so. It is now 1:05 p.m. and I'm going to walk and watch a TV show on Netflix. I'm going to start Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. And we'll do, let me see how long this episode is. Okay, it's 50 minutes, so we'll walk for the entire 50 minutes, so that would be about 2 p.m. Currently, I am at 6,200 steps. I like to walk in here because I can have my fan right next to me. You know what I need to get is one of those little portable fans. Alrighty, it is now 1:30. I'm at 7,855 steps and I've decided to eat some lunch. Today's lunch is last night's dinner. I made this wonderful chicken. It is like a garlic creamy chicken thigh with mashed potatoes and broccoli. I'm really excited for dinner tonight because I have been craving this. I'm making a steak and shrimp hibachi. Definitely my favorite way to fix chicken thighs now. I love to experiment a lot, and I've been experimenting for a long while. Many years ago, I was not a good cook at all. I literally had to teach myself, and a lot of mistakes were made, but a lot of learning along the way too. And right now, because I have so many like set recipes I love, I'm working on making like a, not a book, but I'm going to print the pages out, put them in like plastic sleeves, and then put them into a binder as kind of like a recipe book situation. And I'm excited to do that. I'm the kind of person, I don't think I'll ever stop experimenting with food. I absolutely love to cook, and I don't stick to like the same old things. Like, it is very rare in a couple of weeks if we have the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always fixing something different. I just realized I showed you guys the front of the house, but I didn't show you guys the back of the house yet, where the garden is. My husband went ahead and planted a lot of different tomatoes, a lot of different peppers, and we've got garlic back there. And then, let me go around here. We've got an apple tree. I'm unsure what kind of apple tree that is. This is another apple tree. This is a cherry bush. These are blackberries. And these are blueberries. It looks like we are going to have a bunch this year. And there is our wonderful peach tree. We had this last year as well. It is just looking amazing this year. So yeah, there's the garden and such. My husband really prides himself with all that stuff back there, and it makes me really happy to see how happy he gets. You can tell it is just very, very rewarding for him, and I love it. Beautiful. And now I'm going back inside because it is crazy humid and crazy hot. We are going to go finish up that episode and get some more walking done. I'm probably going to walk until around 3 p.m. because at that point I want to go ahead and go start prepping dinner. That gives us another hour to walk, so hopefully I can knock out a lot of these steps because, like I said, I'm trying to get to 20K today, so I am trying to get the bulk of it done now while I can. It is very hot. It is currently 2:30 p.m. I'm at 10,022 steps, so we are halfway there. It is just nearly 3:40 p.m. and this is where I am at with my steps so far. We're a little over 14,000 steps. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on prepping dinner. First, I want to marinate the steak and shrimp for 30 minutes. I bought these from Publix the other day. We just have some cooked shrimp, and I got 2 top sirloin fillets. To marinate them, I've got some mirin, sesame oil, ginger paste, garlic, salt, and pepper. I just realized that the shrimp is cooked and obviously the steak is going to take longer, so I'm going to separate those into 2 different bowls. While that marinates for 30 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and prep our veggies. We've got carrots, zucchini, and mushrooms. And now my baby's home. It is now 5:50 p.m. I am at 16,245 steps. I went ahead and walked around the house while my husband was finishing up washing the dishes, and now we are going to go for a walk and see how much further I can get to my 20K mark. It is now 6:30 p.m. and I'm at 20,057 steps. So we are good to go. We are done. I'm really happy today. I don't have to hit 30K steps because my feet are killing me right now. We're going to relax for a bit and then I'm going to do some hobby talk, update you on what I've been up to lately with that, and take a shower and then probably get in the bed. I am feeling very, very tired this evening, so. You guys, I am so excited. I am done. I did that nearly 32K just this past Saturday. It is now Wednesday, and I think my feet were still feeling kind of sore from that day. So once I hit around, I want to say 17,000, I was feeling pretty not good. Anyways, I have a small little Amazon haul. I don't even remember what I got, to be honest, just some random things. I do know what this is. Whew. I use my iPad all the time for various things, and I've never had a case for it. I don't even have a screen protector, so it's got scratches all over it. But I thought that it was about time I ordered a case. I wanted something that I could like prop it up this way and that way, you know? More so for like when I'm working on my clay stuff, I can watch something on Netflix or something. It'll pop up that way and that way. Nice. I got this shampoo and conditioner for myself. I've been really big into self-care lately, which I will talk about a little more later. I heard this was really good though, and I think it'll be good for my hair type. So it's called Heritage. And the last thing I got are these bed sheets for our bed. We have a really deep mattress with a mattress topper on top. So the couple sets of sheet sets that I currently have, the fitted sheet is always coming up. So this one should be a lot better. It's got extra deep pockets for an easy fit, because that fitted sheet always coming off every single morning has really gotten on my nerves. Hobby talk's going to be relatively short today. I have been really busy these last weeks, so I haven't really done a lot when it comes to hobbies, and I'm definitely not going to do anything tonight. But I'm going to start out with showing you a part of this cross stitch. This is for my Minder Finder box. This is the pattern that I put in there. It was very, very fun to stitch. I cannot show you, but I can assure you it is so cute. I spent, I want to say, a week stitching this. I just put a show on in the background and went to work, and it was very, very fun to stitch. I like that the pattern is so small too. I definitely prefer smaller patterns like that. Next, I recently got myself the Switch 2, I want to say last month, because I caved over the game, over Pacopia. What a fun game. I was a huge, huge lover of Animal Crossing, and this is a million times better, easily. And recently I've been playing Tomodachi Life. I never played the older ones, but I have been having a fun time with this. I really hope that they continue to update it. And then for something that I want to work on soon, I got this paint by number in Norway. And I've never done a paint by number. I think it would be really fun to do. So eventually I will work on that. And lastly, I want to talk about books. I did a lot of reading on the Norway trip because, like I said earlier, we had a lot of travel days. I read The Push by Ashley Audrain. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was pretty good and I sped through that book. I got it done in a day. I did also finish this year Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I gave that a 4 out of 5 as well. And then I read 3 by Ted Decker. I gave it a 3 out of 5. If I could, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm not sure why I didn't like it, to be honest. I really liked the ending. I just didn't find it as fun to follow through with, I guess. I don't know, I just didn't. But those are the books that I have read so far this year. I have not had a super lot of time to read, but this is the next book that I am currently on. Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. If you've read this, tell me, is it good? So anyways, at this point, I'm going to go hop into the shower, and then I want to talk a little bit about some self-care things since I have been really into that lately. It is now 7:20 p.m. and I just got out of the shower. So lately I've been really into skincare and hair care as well. I was never really taught anything about that. I didn't really know anything about it. I still don't know a lot about it. So anyways, I've really wanted to start having some kind of routine. It's not much right now, but I do this brightening cleanser morning and night. And then I do this little face mask. It's called Medicube. It's a collagen night wrapping mask. I do it about 3 times a week currently. If you do like a lot of product, it'll peel off in like a nice layer in the morning. You leave it on overnight, by the way. But I find that that's kind of a waste, so I just kind of do a base layer and wash it off in the morning. And I do it after my face wash. It makes my skin feel so soft and just bright the next day. I have sensitive, sometimes dry skin, and I have really liked it so far. And then what I usually do is I'll put some lotion on. And another thing is I really love to smell good throughout the day, but I feel like my perfumes and such always wore off so fast. So I did some research online and I saw a tip that if you get some Vaseline, I normally do it after I've put my lotion on, and you put it on like the spots that you're putting your perfume. So I'll just put it here and there, and then just kind of spray it. That it will last a lot longer, and it does in fact do that. I can usually still smell it by nighttime if I applied it in the morning. It's faint by the evening, but it's still there, which was not ever the case previously. So I've been doing that. I didn't even know this was a thing until I was looking online, and it is a fragrance hair mist, and it smells phenomenal. You just kind of spray it all over. I've never done it with wet hair, but I'm sure it will be okay. I'm going to bed anyways. And yeah, that is kind of my little routine lately that I've been doing. If you have any tips or tricks when it comes to self-care, let me know. I am all for the advice. I have just really been enjoying just taking the time and taking care of myself lately in extra ways like this, you know. Anyways, I'm now going to hop into bed. Alrighty, I am now in bed. It is 7:32 p.m. and my final step count of the day is 20,753 steps. At this point, my husband and I are going to watch From. That is the TV show we have been into lately, and then I will very shortly be getting some sleep. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon.